Hello everyone, today we have new video review with fresh release from Miniart. As you can see, it's 135 scale T-44, it's a fresh release for the 2016. We had a chance to check it on the Nuremberg exhibition, and now we have, let's say, a full-fledged review where we have a final version of the kit which will be available in the shops. So as you can see, box design I would say is typical for the Miniart. We have this nice box art on the front side. We have some features described here. So kit contains 768 parts, 94 photo-etched parts, 15 clear plastic parts and 659 plastic parts. Of course, decals and assembly manual is included. Here you can see comparison with my hand. So box, I would say again, it's a typical size for the Miniart kits, even though manufacturer was promising that it will be even bigger. Here we have more information and safety advices, and on the other side we have 3D renders of the assembled model. So as you can see, all those golden parts on the model are PE parts, of course. This is a top opening box, and that's what we find inside. As you can see, all sprues are packed into the one plastic bag. Also here we can find decal sheet and also PE thread and transparent parts, which are packed all together into the separate plastic bag. Nevertheless, let's remove this huge plastic bag. As you can see, again, I am not in favor of such packaging because you can get damaged parts after some rough shipment, so I would rather recommend to check everything before the actual purchase if you can. On the bottom of the box we have an assembly manual, so let's start from the assembly manual. As you can see, it's printed in form of this nice color printed brochure. We have some features of the kit described on the front page. Then we have some history notes, some specifications. Note that color chart is provided in MIG ammo paint numbers. Then we have big parts map. As you can see, it's fit on the 2 pages. And assembly process starts. Note that model would feature a very detailed engine, very detailed interior, so you can open it, expose it and show what's inside of your model. Moreover, it applies not only to the hull but also to the turret. As you can see, turret should be assembled on 1, 2 and 3 pages. And on the last page we have marking guide. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 marking options, and then we have here 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 marking options included, and I would say that more than enough, and of course it's better than 1 marking option in some other rivals kit. Now let's move on to the sprues. As I said, sprues are all cramped into the one plastic bag, which is easy to open, by the way. And here it is. So first let's check those nice parts. I'm not sure what's here, and I'm not sure what's here. So let's start from this big sprue. As you can see, or maybe you can guess, that here we have lower hull parts, and note that molding quality is very nice. We have here, for example, bottom hull parts, side parts, which are molded separately, some parts for the suspension, and some top hull elements. Molding quality is good. Attachment points are thin enough so that you can separate them without damaging the actual parts. Of course, you will have to play with the alignment of those 3 parts, because I mean, that's a typical thing for such solution. Next we have small plastic sprue with engine parts. Note that detalization is very nice. We have plenty of separate small parts which are replicated in plastic, by the way. It's not even a resin, and I would say that's very nice design for out of the box solution. Another plastic sprue. Here we have, as far as I can guess, side skirts, some external parts, hatches, and again molding quality is on the same level. As for the turret, we have separate plastic sprue which is dedicated only to the parts which will go inside the turret, and as you can see there are plenty of those. Note that turret itself should be assembled out of several parts. We have top segment here, we have bottom segment here, we have two side parts here, and of course front fascia will be separate as well. Inside there are, let's say, nice molding quality. I can see here, for example, some push rod pins, but I think it won't be a great problem while removing it. Now let's check the separate plastic bag with track parts. I'm not sure why manufacturer decided to pack it separately. Maybe that's necessary amount for the one set of the tracks. Maybe it's just a separate package. Nevertheless, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say sprues with track parts. I would zoom a camera for you, and now you can see. So I don't see any major problems with these parts, and I think after some careful separation you can assemble very nice, let's say, part of the tank, which would be easy to weather and which would be easy to work with. I mean, you won't have to buy all those metal analogs which are available on the market. Then we have separate plastic bag with all small sprues which are featured in this kit. And here I would need a bit of time because we have a lot of similar sprues which are absolutely identical, and I can guess that those copy some interior parts. That's why they're included into the multiple amount. Okay, package is very tight fit. I would mention it separately because again it can be dangerous for the parts. Okay, so here we have actually there are 4 of those plastic sprues. Those parts should go to the interior detailization, and as you can see molding quality is on the same level. Then we have 2 similar plastic sprues. Actually those plastic frames, there are I found one more, so there are more than 4 of those. Then we have 2 small plastic sprues. Here they are. Again, very nice molding quality, and after some careful weathering done they should look good. Then we have really big amount of the small plastic frames with parts for the suspension, as far as you can see, and for the ammo bay inside the tank. So in total I found 9 sprues, but I guess there are more of those. I will show you one. So note that ammo is molded as one-piece parts, so we won't have to glue any separate halves or do some unnecessary work while trying to assemble your model. Then we have separate plastic sprue with wheels and with track parts. Note that wheels are molded as a single piece part, and they feature some nice detailization for the rubber segment of the wheel, and they look really nice. Attachment points, there are 3 of them, so it should be easy to separate, and separate without damaging the part. Then we have 2 similar sprues with, just give me a second, with wheels again, but those contain also some storage bins for the sides, and as you can see those wheels should be assembled from 2 parts, and again they are molded in excellent quality, no complaints here. Then we have very small sprue with some, let's say, extra parts for the interior. Again, nothing to complain about. Note that fire extinguisher is molded as a one piece, which is quite an interesting solution. More of the engine parts. We have here, for example, transmission parts and even exhausts. Just give me a second. Manufacturer decided to pack several plastic sprues into the separate plastic bag. So again, I need a second to open it. Here we have those nice rods. There are plenty of them, and also towing cables, which are molded out of the plastic. Here it is. Of course, professional modelers would like to use, let's say, metal rope in such scale, but I think even out of the box this plastic option is more than enough for the good detalization of your plastic kit. Then we have more of the plastic frames with wheels and tracks. Actually, I found 4 extra, as you can see here. Just give me a second. Here is another plastic sprue with some hatches and storage bins. I would zoom out the camera a bit. Here you can see it. So very nice detalization again. And another plastic sprue with fire extinguisher, as we saw before. Then we have plastic frame with parts for the turret. And 3 white plastic sprues with some external parts. So let's start from this one. Here it is. As you can see, again, very nice detalization. We have recessed panel lines. Note that there are minor push marks on the parts, but I think it won't be that serious. Then we have some internal equipment molded on the separate plastic sprue. As you can see, it's very tiny, so you would have to be careful while working with this, but they look good. I mean, note this one piece machine gun, which is excellent in detalization. And last but not the least, gray sprue with some, again, extra parts. We have here, for example, again, machine gun, which is molded as a one piece, and some hatches, some interior parts. Everything looks fine for me. Now I need a second to open the plastic bag with transparent parts and decal sheet. There are 2 transparent sprues which contain similar, let's say, set of the parts. 1, 2. Molding quality is excellent. Of course, you would have to improvise with masking because those parts will need it. A decal sheet is, let's say, a bit, I would say, not on the same level as a whole kit. So here you can see it. But I think it should be more than enough for the out-of-the-box assembly, especially if you will apply some heavy weathering to your tank. And the last element of the kit is a PE sprue, which is packed into the cardboard so it won't bend. And here it is. Of course it is unpainted. Of course it contains meshes for the engine bay and some minor parts for the fine detalization of the model. So that's all for the video review. As you can see, there are plenty of parts for the kit and it would require some, let's say, careful work. Nevertheless, you would be rewarded, I would say, with a very nice model of the T-44 and 35 scale. As usual, I would recommend you to check full review article on our website, And of course I would be happy if you press the like button below if you like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also get all fresh articles on time if you like our Facebook page. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video review.